the first full day of Artemis II's mission, and the flight crew got an early wake-up call from Mission Control just after 7 a.m. Eastern this morning. Make it out there. Sleepyhead. It's a cover of Passion Pit's song performed by Young and Sick. The songs are actually selected by the crew for each of their wake-up periods, a tradition that dates back to NASA's Apollo era. The astronauts have a lot to do over the remaining 8 days, not just manage a historic fly-around of the moon, but conduct a series of experiments and tests. Nathalie Ouellette understands them more than most. She is an astrophysicist with the University of Montreal. Nathalie, good morning to you.
Good morning.
I know you've said the first 24 hours are really the crucial ones. Tell me why.
Yeah, so this is when they need to make sure that everything on the ship is working. Navigation, communications, life support. We even saw that they were thoroughly testing the toilet to make sure everything worked. And they had some issues, but they fixed it. It's because later today, they're going to make a maneuver that sends them to the moon, which is sort of like the point of no return in terms of staying around the Earth. So if they don't make sure everything works before then, it's going to be a long ride for them.
Now, this is the Trans-lunar injection, the TLI. What's involved in that?
Yeah, so essentially, right now they are really high up above the Earth, and they're going to be doing one loop back around the Earth, just sort of like slingshot around it, and then they will inject into an orbit, sort of a trajectory around the moon. So they won't be making a full orbit around, they're going to be doing a flyby around the moon, but it's a really nice, safe trajectory. It's what they call a guaranteed return. So say after they do the TLI, they were all to pass out, the ship would be able to come back to Earth automatically without anyone doing anything. So it's a really important maneuver.
And is that because of the computers on board that are just going to do the navigation, or does it have something to do with, like, how does the moon's own gravitational pull and orbit work into this?
Yeah, it's actually just all orbital mechanics. Of course, you hope that this won't be an issue, but you actually can calculate all the orbital mechanics such that the gravity of the Earth and the moon are going to be playing together, and the trajectory will be able to bring the ship back to the Earth because of the orbital mechanics.
Now, we talk about these various tests as being part of the mission, but you look at it as something even bigger than that, that this mission is part of a bigger attempt at doing things. Can you give me that big picture of what Artemis II's piece of the bigger puzzle is?
Yeah, so a lot of people have been asking, why are we going back to the moon? We've done this with Apollo, but really one of the key things about Artemis is taking the step towards going even further out in the solar system, towards Mars, towards even further out, but we want to make sure we can do the moon again and also establish a more permanent presence on the moon. So eventually with Artemis 4 and 5, we're going to land astronauts back and hopefully start building a lunar base there. And it's because we want humans to really push space exploration. And even beyond the scientific merit of all of this, I think this is a really key, important, symbolic mission showing what humans can do when we collaborate across international borders. And this is something we really need right now, given everything that's going on in politics.
Well, yeah, I mean, walk me through that, because I was talking to the former head of the ISS, in fact, the guy who chose Jeremy Hansen for this mission, and we were talking about what Jeremy Hansen's final words before liftoff were: for all humanity. And it struck me as being interesting in the context of all the competition going on, the private enterprise between countries, and the talk of the weaponization of space. What do you take from it?
Yeah, Jeremy's last words were the real gut punch for me. That's what pulled the tears out of me right at launch yesterday. And I think that space is a really interesting area right now because so many people want to go there. But the issue is there are no laws, there are no rules right now to govern what's going on. A lot of it is on good faith, essentially. And space has often been thought of as like the last bridge. Even though there are wars on the ground, the ISS has people from all over the world working together, Russians, Americans, Europeans, Canadians working together. And we want to keep that really optimistic, idealistic view of space rather than turning it into another version of what we have on Earth.
That's quite something that with 3 words you can really set the tone.
Yeah.
Quite something. Nathalie Ouellette, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.